Greetings gamers. Today marks the end of my let's see if I can add Pathfinder content to my channel despite putting out less than 5 videos a year trilogy. And what better way to end the trilogy than Beef Builds, the series where I take stupid character concepts and try to make them viable. Now the normal format for this series won't work here because, as we all know, there are more character customization options in Pathfinder-2e than there are atoms in the universe. So we're going to be narrowing our scope slightly for the Pathfinder builds to just what's relevant to what we're trying to accomplish. That means class feats, ancestry options, and any random shit I find that seems like it would fit. For this particular build, I used the core rules in APG, but I am open to adding any other rulebooks to future videos that aren't directly tied to the Lost Omens setting. Sorry, Paizo. I'm sure Golarion is a lovely place, but I'm perfectly content watching it from the other side of this wall. I think that covers everything, so on to the concept. As a fan of Gish builds, Bespell Weapon makes me bust the fattest nut, so I wanted to make a build that utilizes its full potential. Does the Magus defeat the purpose of this build? Fuck if I know. I haven't read the new book yet. But we're gonna do it anyway, starting with ability scores. Strength and Dex will be your most important stats, depending on whether you want to hit harder or get hit less. Constitution is always important, but we won't be prioritizing it in character creation. We will be multiclassing, so an intelligence of 14 or higher is necessary. How much you want to improve it after that entirely depends on what spells you pick. Put any spare boosts into Wisdom to have less suck on your save or suck rolls, and dump Charisma. Leave seducing the BBG to the professionals. For your ancestry, elves offer the best collection of ability boosts with the least harmful flaws. Half-elf is also viable for you special little snowflake players whose GMs banned Asimars and Tieflings. Background should be obvious if you read the title of this video. Although Scholar might be fun if you like the idea of a nerd who got swole over a jock who got smart. Now for the meat of the build. Class and class feats. Thanks to Flurry of Blows, monks are able to attack twice as a single action, meaning they can cast a 2-action spell and still get 2 attacks off in a single round. I know what you're thinking. Oh, Beefy, you beautiful misguided fool. Bespell Weapon requires you to wield a weapon, but Flurry of Blows only applies to unarmed strikes. I was ready to slob on your knob like corn on the cob, but that blunder has quelched my immense sexual attraction to you. Well, don't wipe off that lipstick just yet, because there is a way to combine the 2 abilities, and that is monastic weaponry. With it, you can now use Flurry of Blows with any monk weapons, thus opening the possibility to combine it with Bespell Weapon. I think you know what to do. I also suggest taking the Weapon Familiarity feat of whatever ancestry you choose in preparation for our level 2 class feat, Ancestral Weaponry. While not vital to the build, I figured since we're making a weapon-based monk anyway, might as well get some unique weapons while we're at it. For elves, this would mean the Elven Curve Blade. Brawling Focus would be a viable alternative, but we can get the same effect from an ancestry feat at level 5, so a dealer's choice. At level 4, a bit later than normal, but it is what it is, we take our dedication feat and start multiclassing. Any spellcaster with access to Bespell Weapon would be fine, but Wizard is the easiest to slip into a character without the DM asking too many questions. Take Basic Arcana at level 6 so we can finally get Bespell Weapon via Advanced Arcana at level 8. Doesn't matter which feat you take with Basic Arcana, it's just a prerequisite. Oof. Any other 1E vets get a flashback like I just did? As if you haven't been blue-balled enough yet, you can't actually make use of Bespell Weapon until you take Basic Wizard Spellcasting at level 10. Arcane Breath at level 12, Expert Wizard Spellcasting at level 16, and Master Spellcasting at level 18. Super simple stuff. But let's head back to level 14 for a bit to discuss Whirling Blade Stance. You can attack from 10 feet away and keep attacking from there until the end of your turn. This gets around any pesky attacks of opportunity that might come up when you're casting spells before you attack. Shame that it comes so late in the build, but considering it's a free returning rune, it makes sense. What spells to take is a tricky question. For starters, avoid all spells with an attack roll so they don't mess with your multiple attack penalty. It's also a good idea to avoid any spells with concentration since you'll be in melee range for most of your time with this character. And of course, non-combat spells are a no-go since you want as many spell slots in combat as possible. My personal recommendation is to go all in with saving throw damaging spells, because your health pool is as shallow as a social media influencer and the best countermeasure is to make the enemy go boom before you do. Do whatever you want with your cantrips though, they don't work with Bespell Weapon anyway. Your magic items should be fairly obvious. Whatever runes increase your damage on your curve blade, braces of armor to boost your AC, and whatever apex items boost your key stats. The only item I'll mention by name is the Ring of Wizardry, which gives you more spell slots for more Bespell weapon attacks. Is that everything? I think so. Want to see more Pathfinder content in the future? Like the video. Interested in more content in general? Subscribe to the channel. Want to write out your political manifesto and call everyone who disagrees a liberal cuck? What else are the comments for? See you next time.